So this video, I want to cover off, more around sort of buy, refurbish, refinance and how we fund deals and scale our business. So bridging is, if you don't understand it, it tends to scare people, but really it's not that scary at all. It's a great way to move quickly. It's a, fundamental key to any business. Even if you've got loads of cash, you're going to use bridging loans if you want to scale quickly because you can multiply your money. So for me, I don't really think about the fees as much. I more think about how many properties can I buy as quick as I can. So, but just to give you an example of how these work out. So this one here, we borrowed 112 grand. So you see there, the net loan amount that they pay out, 110. That's because their setup fee will be about 2%. There you go. So that they basically take their acceptance fee, which is their upfront cost, off the loan amount that they pay out at the beginning. So then they get paid. There is a monthly interest on this of 0.85%. This is a 12-month agreement. If you reduce that down to 6 months, your APR will come down. So it depends how confident you are of being able to get off the bridge. So how quick you can work with your builders, your decorators, etc., and then get it refinanced and get it off the bridge. Monthly payment for this one, and the interest-only basis, security of the property. So we're more interested in the fees here. So as I mentioned, that was the acceptance fee, which is 2%. So that was the upfront. You'll see here there's no exit fee. So as well as you will pay, it'll tell us in here somewhere, we'll pay for the solicitor's fees, the legal. The solicitor's fees will have been about 800 quid, something like that. So all in all, I've paid, let's say I paid 3 grand for the setup of this. So that's the initial fee, the setup fee, which is 2%, plus the solicitor's fees. So I've paid 3 grand in total. I've borrowed 112,700. So that is 112. So 3 grand divided by 112,700. Just get this as a percentage, just to make you realize that this isn't that scary. 2.6%, and then plus however quick I can operate, 0.85% per month. So it works for me. I think it's a great way to move quick. It's a great way to be able to scale your business using other people's money. You do have to put 30% deposit in as opposed to a 25% deposit if you were doing a mortgage route. But I did the mortgage route when I wasn't that experienced and I didn't really know what I was doing. I took some bad advice, and it took me 11 months maybe to get all my money, to get the refinance money back out, by the time we'd messed around and gone to the wrong lenders and so on and so forth. So with bridging, you can I can get off these in 2.5 months to 3 months, and I can have the money back in my bank account to use again. So if if it took us 12 months mortgage to mortgage, which you shouldn't do anyway because it's against the rules really, if you should not be using a mortgage long-term finance product for short-term borrowing. You should be using bridging loans. So but as I said, bit of bad advice and experience at the time led me down that path. But if I managed to buy one property with that pot of money in 12 months by doing mortgage to mortgage, using a bridging loan, yeah, I'll have paid more fees, but I've managed to buy one every 3 months. So I'll have 4 cash flowing units in the same time that someone would have a mortgage to mortgage route by trying to save potentially $1,000 to $2,000. So the rent that will come out of those 4 properties is easily going to outweigh that. So for me, that's why I love bridging, and I will use it all day, every day if I can. Just got to be confident that you can get off the bridge. However, having said that, let's say here my bridging fee is $997 for this. So say I got stuck on this, okay? This property generates 2,400 quid a month because it's a HMO. So even if I got stuck on it, I'm still going to make money. Yeah, fair enough. I want off it. My mortgage on this is probably 400 quid or something now. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. If I did get stuck on it, I could still make it work. I could still be profitable. So don't let it scare you and you know, let all the scaremongering put you off. So bridging loans, big thumbs up from me. Use them, multiply your money. Second thing to use is, I've had a kind of touch base on mortgages. Do not use mortgage to mortgage route. It's not the right thing to do. If you're considering that, you've got to get on the phone to me and we've got to have a sensible conversation about it. And I need to know why you want to do that. But just wipe it off the plate for now. The other element is cash. So what you would do is, instead of borrowing the money from bridging company, I might have borrowed the 112,000 from a investor, and I might have paid them a 0.85% return, but I normally wouldn't have any setup fees. I also might borrow more money from the investor because they're all about getting a return on the money. So if they've got, so in this example, there was 161,000, I think the purchase price on this was. So we might have an investor that might want a 10% return on the money, and he might say, well, I'd rather give you 160 grand because I want the extra money, you know, I want the extra return on it. It's all secured against the property, just like this is secured against the property on a first charge basis. So the loan agreement is secured, they're on the TR1 document, and you know, they have to release us when we pay them back to allow us to do anything afterwards. So they're in full control, and it works very well. And sometimes it means you don't have to put any deposits in. I just simply pay the stamp duty and the refurb costs, and then I pay them out their monthly fee. Now, the downside for me is I might pay more per month because obviously I'm paying, you know, a higher loan amount. But if it works, great. If it means you've got more money to go and buy more deals, and this is how you scale, this is where the multiplier effect comes in. So you've got to always be working the sort of two angles. So, well, I've actually got three angles. So I've got my cash, I've got bridging loans, and I've got investor cash. So I'm always looking to deploy the three different channels in as many properties as I can to just scale as much cash flow into the business as possible. So that's how you fund BRR deals. If you got any questions on them, if you've got any deals you need to run through, if you want to look at the viability of anything, give me a call, drop into the Facebook group, ask the questions, and we'll get them all sorted for you.